Hey everyone, it is May 7th. I'm Juan, your Thursday vlogger for Weight Loss Losers, and let's get the show on the road. So this week we're talking about experiencing a plateau in your weight loss. So the first few things I'm going to throw out there is one, and I've mentioned this in my videos in the past, make sure there's nothing medically wrong. Go check with your doctor, etc. When I've experienced plateaus in my weight loss in the past, it would get me very upset or down on myself, and I felt that I couldn't continue, and then I would give up, and not to realize that I had a medical condition. Two, when you lose a lot of weight or weight consistently over a long period of time, your body's going to have to adjust. And in that adjustment period, it's going to stop losing weight, adjust its metabolism, and get used to the weight that it's at now to continue forward. In which sense, I hope that when you're experiencing that, you kind of already knew that it was going to come, and maybe almost turn it into a positive moment and be like, oh, I hit my first plateau or my second plateau. That means I'm doing it right. I got to keep on going, and continue on with what I'm doing, and you'll continue with your weight loss. Now, in the past, for me, other than prior to my gastric bypass when I had my medical condition, I experienced a couple of plateaus after the gastric bypass, and when I went, because my parents, who were, always been kind of very critical about my weight, because, they love you and they care for you, and, that's how parents can be. And they would sit there and say, well, we haven't seen you lose weight in the last week and a half or two, and they got kind of used to seeing this drop all of a sudden. And I think also because of the fact that they were seeing me every day, they weren't seeing the changes that everybody else was seeing. And I ended up taking them with me one time to go to one of my routine visits that I used to do with my gastric bypass doctor, and he's like, no, Juan's doing great, this is normal, this is the adjustments that his body's going to make. And once they showed it in a chart and tracked your weight, then at that point you can then see, okay, look, I've been consistently going down, 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 down. So the other thing is that you want to make sure that, there's so many different factors that can affect your weight. And I think when you're somebody when you're coming from a point where you're maybe losing 30, 40, 50, 60 pounds, you're not, coming down from 480 something pounds, the weight changes week to week. You're losing 1.5 pounds here, 2 pounds there, a half pound the next week. Since you're losing weight per week on a consistent, slow basis, which is the right way to do it, minor fluctuations in your body can cause your weight to look like it's plateauing. Whether it be, a little bit of change in your diet, or, water retention, you ran, things like that. Those different factors can affect you. I was reading an article here on WebMD that says, that sometimes the scale, can be a deterring factor when you're trying to go on your weight loss journey. And if you sit there and you're constantly weighing yourself, you're seeing the minor fluctuations, and you don't want to let those things kind of get you down, because then it gets you into the wrong mindset. Also, if you're working out and you're building muscle mass, muscle weighs more than fat. And another recommendation that was on the WebMD site is don't necessarily always pay attention to the scale as your goal, or your point, your set factor that you're looking for. Sometimes measuring tape is a better way to check on how your body's doing, because you could be losing inches and keeping the same weight, but you're getting tone and you're losing body fat. And I know we've talked about that in other past videos, so Maybe the fact is to get a scale that measures body fat percentage if you can afford it. If not, grab a measuring tape, measure your body. So, well, I think that's pretty much all I got. I think I actually did a fairly short video, so I hope you guys like. Stay tuned tomorrow for Jason, your Friday vlogger. Have a good night, guys.